Guy, 4-0 victory over Crusaders. That was as comprehensive as it comes.
Yeah, it was really, really important that we stamped our authority on the game. We knew they were a talented young team and they tried to play football, so they do, but we knew we could force mistakes and that's what Dan Bint did early in the game. He forced them into a mistake and he capitalised, and it was a great finish by the big man. I thought he was outstanding tonight, Dan, in his all-round performance. I thought he had a really, really super game through days. But yeah, it was so important when we came out the second half that we really took advantage and we got the second goal, because at 2-0 I didn't see a way back for them into the game, and it was just absolutely brilliant ball from Mark and an excellently timed run for Shawnee Graham, and something we've worked on a little bit, getting our full-backs in behind and that there in blind side, and I thought Shawnee just great touch and finish. You know, I've been wax lyric about Sean Graham and that there since the start of the season, so he has some European performances, but he's been outstanding for us not there this year so far, as is Mark, and again, great quality and a great goal.
Yeah, it was 1-0 whenever the sending off came, and we played for more than a half against 10 men. But even before the sending off, I thought we were really on top, and maybe a little bit disappointed to only be a goal ahead at that stage.
Yeah, I was disappointed too, because we missed opportunities and we never got shots off quick enough, and a few wee things. But the excitement was there, the energy was there, the desire to get into the box and ask questions was there. I mean, the sending off absolutely hurts them. Of course it does. You know, Robbie Weir, he's your local lad. I hope it's not a serious knee injury he had. I don't like to see anybody going off the pitch and that and leaving them circumstances. Certainly not a local lad. It's a good kid like Robbie. But yeah, listen, the boy Fawn Dyke and that there has to learn the hard way from that. You can't spit like you mean at people like you mean. That's what it was sending off for. You just can't do that, spitting in somebody's direction. It was poor from him and that like you mean, but he'll be punished like obviously accordingly. But from that point on, we really did stamp our authority on it. I thought Cricky, who's an unsung hero and won't get the headlines because it was more about the attackers tonight and the running on goal, but Cricky mops up so much for us and does such a brilliant job for us. But the boys were exciting and we're probably disappointed we've only scored 4 tonight.
Yeah, we spoke on Saturday about being happy with the win, maybe not the performance overall, but tonight we couldn't complain about performance or result. Was that something that you wanted to see after Saturday, something you asked the players for?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You know, I know we hadn't hit the heights not there. Nobody in there is pretending it was an outstanding performance from us, but it was the performance that got us 3 points. So it is, and that's what was most important in any game, is that we walk away with the maximum amount of points we possibly can, especially here at home. I thought our fans were absolutely brilliant tonight. You know, the CIA were out in force, so they were. I could hear them with a drum and singing all about all the second half there, especially in that there, because we were exciting in front of the goals. I want them to get involved in the games. I want them to create that atmosphere. I think it makes a massive difference whenever we're attacking down here. The crowd are in full voice. It really does feel like an extra incentive to keep going and keep pushing and keep asking questions and that. And they got rewarded there with 3 goals down the bottom end. And like I said, we probably should have scored another couple at least.
5 wins in a row in the Premiership. 4 of those that come at home. We're at home again on Saturday. Do we have to maybe be prepared for or guard against teams who might come and sit in and try to frustrate us and make things difficult at home? Now we have had those results.
Yeah, potentially, like so we did. You know, everybody will come with their own game plan. You know, some teams will come here and want to have a go at us, and other teams will come and want to sit in. It's just something you have to adapt to. You know what I mean? At Carrick and that, there's a derby game, and they've never been easy. All them games have been really, really tight in terms of the scoreline, in terms of the overall games. And that, like, I mean, we've never had it easy against them. You know, so we expect nothing else. And that there from Carrick and the way they play and the way they set the team up. Stephen's very, very experienced. And that there, and he'll have his team set up to try and nullify us as much as possible. So it is, but still have a threat in the game as they always do, you know, so we need to be on our guard. We just got to freshen up after tonight. Yeah, obviously don't play tonight, and we do, and we got to freshen up tomorrow and Thursday and start preparing out there and make sure that we're in the best nick possible come Saturday. Just
finally, there feels like a freshness about this Larne team for so much of what we've seen this season. I think we're a point off the top. I know it's early on, but we seem to have the bit between our teeth, and I'm sure you want that to continue and roll on from week to week.
Yeah, there's nothing better. Like, you mean, it's hard not there to chop and change a team and out there, like whenever everybody's performing and doing really well. Everybody's giving me a bit of a headache in terms of selecting a team, you know, because every time somebody goes in, they come on and do really, really well, or they perform to a really good level. So it bodes well. The fact is that Aaron Donnelly's suspension will finish on Saturday. You know, I keep on mentioning it, and fans are getting sick of me saying about Leroy Miller, but I can't tell you how close he is. You mean, he's so close. He looks so well in training. He's moving so well. So he is, you know. And we've got like Paul O'Neill to come back into the mix, Dylan Sloan to come back in the mix, Alfie Bridgman to come back into the mix. You know, obviously not Andy Rand's a little bit of a longer one, but when we have that kind of quality to come back into our squad and the quality that we have, I think we're in a pretty good place now. Like, you mean, you're never happy. You always want more. I think we can always do more. It's always a big saying that we have in that there internally in the club. Like, what are you willing to do? And you can always give a bit more towards that there the cause. So listen, I'm excited about the direction we're heading in. It's another clean sheet, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about. You know, because that's the most pleasing element for me. Like, I love scoring goals. Don't get me wrong, creating chances, but the clean sheets are so important. That, like, you mean, and we need to keep gathering them up.
Matty, 4-0 win over Crusaders. You must be delighted with the performance tonight.
Yeah, really good performance, and yeah, really good result. 4-0, clean sheet, 4 goals. Yeah, it was much better than Saturday, so we're really happy.
And obviously there's the red card in the first half, but do you think maybe even without it we maybe could have been 1 or 2 more ahead going into the first half?
Yeah, I think so. I think we created a few opportunities pressing high, and they were giving it away. So I think obviously the red card affected the game, but still I thought we were playing well at that point.
And what was the message at half time? Because we seemed to be a lot more front footed and clinical in the second half.
No, it was just keep doing the same things. Like I thought we got into good positions in the first half, and we just needed to keep going and just keep the ball, draw them out, and take our chances.
And for you as well, must be delighted obviously back in the score sheet.
Yeah, definitely. I could have had a couple against Bangor, I think. So, no, really glad to score today.
5 wins in the bounce, 4 at home. How important is our home form going to be this season?
Yeah, massive for us. You know, the year we won the league, it was massive to make this place a fortress. So we need to do that again.
Next up, home to Carrick. Obviously, big derby game. How important is that game?
Yeah, really big. You know, they've got a few good results so far this season, so it's going to be really tough. But yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Thank you.